Hey y'all. Alright, getting ready to smoke some ribs today. It's a Sunday and I got a bunch of projects outside, so I figured I could get this going in the smoker while I'm doing my thing outside. Alright, we're gonna do baby back ribs today, and we're gonna be doing this in the Pit Boss vertical pellet smoker, the 5 series. Let's get this camera set up here. A little more light on it. So picked up some baby back ribs from Sam's. I've already pulled the what do you call it, the silver skin off of there, and these have been just kind of sitting on the counter for about 20 minutes or so, just resting a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and pat them off. Just with the paper towel, just kind of pat them down a little bit. Get some of the moisture off of it. Just from them sitting out. Trying to see if I need to trim these or not. Did I? You know, it was my other ones I got the silver skin off, because I did some last night. They came out really good. Alright. So let's try to find a starting point here. Yeah, you want to take this membrane off, and everybody's got their way to do it. I find using a paper towel helps you grip it better. Just trying to get this thing started. Usually once you get it started, it starts peeling off. Alright, there we go. So yeah, you just want to strip it with a paper towel and just pull that membrane right off. It's just initially getting it going. Usually the hard part, and we want to do it on these little ones too. This is like a 3-pack at Sam's, and 2 of them were full racks, and then there's like 2 half racks, but price was right. I'm not complaining. Alright, yeah, it came off pretty easy. So you just use the paper towel and to grip it, and it comes right off. Do the same thing for this last one here. This one was cut down the middle, probably at the butcher. It's got a little cut right there, so you get 2 sections of membrane to get off. That came off easy. Throw that trash away there. And you can trim off some of the excess fat. Some people like to leave it on. It's up to you how much or how little you want to trim off. That's good. Here. Alright. probably good for us. So what we're gonna do is go ahead and do a little rub on it and let it rest for a little bit more with the rub on it while we get the pellet smoker going. I'm using this stuff from Sam's. I've had really good luck with this. Everything that I've done with it has come out really good, especially pork. It's Kinder's wood-fired garlic with hardwood smoke flavor. So, and everybody's got their own that they like, but I usually do the bottoms first. Get a good coating on there. Rub it in. And we'll get the edges at the end with everything with all the rub that kind of went on the paper. I like to use that to get the edges. Flip her over. Sorry, I got a little something in my throat. And then I like using the butcher paper because it just makes cleanup that much easier. A generous amount on there. Rub it in, get it all to the nooks and crannies. And like I said, you can just tap the edges on the rub that came off. Get all those edges. Alright. Rinse my hands off. And then, like I said, we're just going to let that sit there with the rub on it while we're getting the pit boss going. We'll be right back. Alright, we got the pit boss going. It's just starting to smoke up. I don't know why that's flashing. It's like flashing right now. I've never had that happen before. I've got it on smoke. I just cleaned it all out. Oh yeah, it's going good now. Just cleaned the bottom off, got all the old ash out. You just gotta take the water tray and that heat diffuser thing out, clean all the ash up. I cleaned the window, it's just fogged up right now. That's super easy to clean, just a little soap and water, then rinse it and dry it. Get a nice clean glass. It takes about 5-10 minutes to clean the glass. It's worth it, that you can kind of see what's going on. I got my water tray in there. I like to use those little trays just like that, just to help with cleanup a little bit. I don't know if it does much, but it's a peace of mind for me to think I'm doing better. Alright, so we're at 120 now. Alright, I'm gonna close this up. Close that down a little bit. I want a nice smoke in here. And I'm gonna put the ribs on for about 20 minutes of low temperature, basically just smoke. So once it gets up smoking again, I'm gonna put them in there. Good to go. Okay, I got some smoke coming out the chimney now. All right, so we're gonna throw these ribs on the rack, the grill, the rack, whatever you want to call it. And I like to just do it right on the rack. Let's put that guy there, that guy there, that guy there. Fingers are all yucky now. And then we're just gonna go ahead and throw it right on, kind of like in the middle. Oh yeah, look at that smoke coming out of there. So grab your rack. Boom. You can see that color from that rub. It just makes it look awesome. Alright. You definitely want water in there when you're doing ribs and stuff. Alright, let's close this up. And now set a timer for 20 minutes.
20 minutes, counting down.
And then we'll put it on a little higher temperature. Probably going to do 225 for, I'm going to do that 3-2-1 method that everybody seems to like. 3 hours unwrapped, 2 hours wrapped, and then an hour unwrapped with a glaze. So, but I'm gonna let this go for about 20 minutes with a heavy smoke on it, and then we'll crank it up to probably 225. So I'll see you when we get back from that. All right, we've been about 20 minutes now of just a heavy smoke on the smoke setting on the Pit Boss. So now we're just going to go ahead and crank up the temp to 225. Beep, boop, boop, beep. Alright, so I don't know if you can see that at all, but cook temperature is 225, actual temperature is 145. Now we're going to let this go for 3 hours uncovered. Coming back once an hour to hit it with a little apple cider vinegar water mixture just to keep it moist. It's always better when it's moist. So now that that's cranking up, we'll be back in about an hour and carry on, my wayward son. About to check on him again. It's been about 2 hours. I came back after an hour and sprayed it down with the apple cider vinegar mixture, but I didn't have my camera with me, so let's see what we got going on here. Oh yeah, these are looking good. So just moisten them up with the apple cider vinegar. And a nice coating of moisture on there. Yeah, these are looking good. Go ahead and add a little more water to the water tray there. I didn't put a temperature probe in it. I'll do that at the very last step and bring the internal up to 200 on the last step. So got one more, so we've done 2 hours, so we'll have one more hour uncovered, and then we'll cover them up, put them in for 2 hours, and then 1 hour out. So Pit Boss is doing good. It's holding right at 225. These things are pretty amazing how they maintain their temperature. And that's about it for now. We'll be back in another hour to spray it down again and check on it. We're just gonna go ahead and check these bad boys. Just been another 30 minutes, but I want to keep them kind of moist. Yeah, they're pretty dry. We got about 30 minutes left before we wrap them. Alright, been about 3 hours. This is what we're looking at here. Got some nice little pullback, still nice and juicy. Alright, so got the butcher paper. I like that better than foil, just works better, easier to work with. Throw a couple of pieces of butter down here. A little brown sugar. That's probably too much. Alright, you're going to take the ribs, put them meaty part down. Actually, before I do that, I like to goop a little honey on it. Meat part down, goop a little honey on it. Wrap it up. And then what I like to do, flip and another wrap. Back onto the rack. We're going to do the same thing with these half racks. And it rolls up. Some butter. I should have got some more butter, but this will be fine. A little butter, brown sugar, little goop of honey, flip it, goop some honey on her. Flip. Wrap, back on the rack. Last one. Rest of your butter. Brown sugar. Way too much. Some honey on it. Flip, goop. Wrap, flip, wrap. Back on the rack, and gonna put it back into the Pit Boss vertical smoker for another 2 hours, and then we'll go to the next step. All right, since I like to double wrap mine, I'm gonna go ahead and knock it up to 250 since it's wrapped up. See, y'all see it in there. Since I got 2 layers of the butcher paper on it, just so it can push through. Yeah, I'm gonna raise the temp up to 250. Add a little bit more water to the water tray. Shut it up. And set a timer for 2 minutes. set a timer for 2 hours.
2 hours, starting now.
Alright, we'll be back in 2 hours, guys. Alright, it's been 2 hours pulling it. Just pulled them off. Let's see what we got going on here. Look at one of the little ones first. Oh, yeah, that's looking good right there. Oh, so we want to glaze it. Let's put a little Sweet Baby Ray's. I think this is the honey chipotle. Alright, so we won't save these juices. Ooh, that's hot. So we'll take some of the mess here. So I'll just take some of the juice from the ribs, mix it in with the Sweet Baby Ray's, makes a nice glaze. Do the bottom first. Oh yeah, look at these. Look, babe, they're looking good, huh?
Oh yeah, really good.
The bones have got some nice pullback on them. Alright. So glaze that side. Glaze this side. Get it nice and evenly coated on the edges. Nice and pretty looking. Put that back on the rack. See what the second one looks like.
This one's a little smaller, so this one's cooked a little bit more already, so this one's probably gonna come off sooner. I'll probably put the probe in this one. And this one's done. I'll move the probe together. I only have one probe right now. Get a nice even glaze there. But, stick this big in there. This is why I like the double wrap. It just keeps all the juices in there. Oh gosh. It's looking fantastic. Got a big mess of it. I have too much juice in it. A little more barbecue sauce, lots of juice. Won't be able to stick on there. Oh, it's pretty glaze.
Let's flip that. And there's some nice meaty ribs here. Get that glaze on there nice and even. Alright, we're ready to stick these back on for as long as it takes to get up to 200 degrees internal. Like I said, I'm going to probably put the probe on this little one. And when that one's done, the other ones, I'll just move the probes. Alright, I just pulled the smallest one in. The smallest little half rack thing. This is how it how it came out. Bone separation real good, or pullback, whatever you want to call it. So I'm not going to touch it. I'm just going to let it rest for about 30 minutes to an hour while the other ones are finishing up, and then we will test it out. But yeah, the 3-2-1 method, 3 hours uncovered, 2 hours covered, 1 hour uncovered with glaze. It's hit or miss. I'm on about the 7 and a half hour total time for these, so I believe. So it just depends, but as a general rule, I think it's a good method. All right, I gotta stop messing with these and just let it set, let it rest, and then actually I'm probably just gonna tent a little bit of butcher paper over it and wait for the other ones to be done. All right, just pulled all 3 in. Got to 200 on the probe. So now we're just gonna tent it with some butcher paper and just let them all rest for about 30 minutes or so. Cover them up in our little blanket. We'll be back in about 30 minutes to try it out. Alright, about to do the reveal here. Been resting for about a half an hour. Cut one of these bad boys open here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, just look at it just break apart. These are gonna be good. Alright. Thanks for watching.